What's going on YouTube? Matthew, Colorado Junk Removal. So the last video I talked to y'all about stepping into my ownership role and making some changes. With those changes, I am back in the truck. I know it stinks because we were getting some traction. I was out networking. I'm starting to see more people post and tag us due to the networking. You know, networking is so important. But anyways, I'm back in the truck. So one of those things that I learned is, you know, people always say you got to work on the business and not in the business. Well, starting out, that's really tough. You know, you're thinking, okay, working on the business, okay, yes, I want to work on the business, but if you're working on the business, you got to pay somebody to work in the business. So that's extra overhead. So that's money out of your pocket when you can be doing the labor yourself. At least that's how you think. But in the big picture, in the long scheme of things, when you're working on the business, you can focus on working on the business. I finally get it. They've been saying it since day one. I hear it all the time in networking, and it just, you know, I knew it, but it just never clicked until literally just recently. I'm back in the truck. You know, once we started getting things in place, we got our office manager. We had our person doing the truck, running the truck, and we had a crew. We had a whole crew in the truck. We had our office manager clicking things. I was out networking. So, we had things running where I could work on the business. You know, and that's a little bit of that kind of opened my eyes. Once we got that office manager and I was out, and it helped me realize, whoa, working on the business is fixing this gear. A good friend of mine, Captain Kirk, Brandon James Kirk, Planet Duct Air Cleaning, he's amazing. He always says, you know, the greasy wheel gets replaced. The squeaky wheel doesn't get greased, it gets replaced. And I understand, you know, when you're actually working on the business, you see that. We had a squeaky wheel, needed to get replaced. And that's part of working on the business. Unfortunately, it put me back in the business, but I'm not going to be in the business long. Not long at all. We're out there hiring, we're getting a replacement, we're finding someone to take over this role, and we know what the role is. So the expectations are going to be set out up front, laid out right there. Everybody knows what we're doing. But yeah, so working on the business and not in the business, I finally get it, and I'm really excited to start working on the business. When you put your all into something, you know, it just starts working out. It starts molding and it starts happening. And I can finally put my all into working on the business and not in the business. So for all you networkers, all y'all people who help me out and always constantly said work on the business, not in the business, I get it. I appreciate y'all's help. Thank y'all so much. Everybody, thank y'all for following along with the journey. Matthew, Colorado Junk Removal. Y'all have a good one.